Challenger 2 is a main battle tank, English, Main Battle Tank, or MBT, produced by the United Kingdom, by British Defence Systems company Vickers Defence Systems, now known as BAE Systems Land and Armaments. The company advertises this steel tank as the most reliable main battle tank in the world. Ironically, in January 2008, two battle tanks were badly damaged in battle, and another destroyed in an incident of peer-to-peer fire from a similar battle tank. The Challenger 2 battle tank is an expansion redesign of its first type, namely the Challenger 1 tank. The Challenger 2 tank still uses the basic hull shape from the starter tank to the automotive parts, but other than that all is new. Then the Challenger 2 tank officially replaces Challenger 1 as the main battle tank, MTB, of the British Empire until today. This tank is also known to be used by soldiers of the Kingdom of Oman. These military vehicles were seen operating in Bosnia, Herzegovina, Kosovo and Iraq. During the 2003 Gulf War, the Challenger 2 battle tank was undefeated from enemy fire. In one raid, a Challenger 2 tank can survive 14 shots from enemy grenade launchers and an anti-tank guided missile, Milan. MBT, Main Battle Tank, aka the main battle tank, is an important defense system which is the main weapon of soldiers on land duty. As the main tank, MBT type is a tank that has a large size. You could say the MBT is a mainland monster. This time TS will discuss the British-made MBT, which is pretty decent, famous in the tank vehicle segment. Immediately, we start the discussion. The name of this tank from England is Challenger 2, which was developed in 1986 to meet the needs of the British Army. This tank was developed by Vickers Defence Systems, or now better known as BAE Systems Land and Armaments. Vickers gave the design of this tank to the British Ministry of Defence in 1986 for evaluation. In the past, Britain had considered tanks from other countries, such as the M1A2 Abrams made by General Dynamics, US, and the Leopard 2 made by Germany. This evaluation lasted for about 2 years. Entering December 1988, the Ministry of Defence finally chose the Challenger 2 as a successor to the Challenger 1 tank used by the British Army in the early 1980s. The British gave development funds for the prototype of this tank in the amount of £90 million. This deal was completed in January 1989. Development of this tank experienced good development, starting from trials in September 1989, March 1990, and September 1990. This tank successfully passed all kinds of tests that done and ready to enter the production. In June 1991, the Ministry of Defence placed an order for 127 MBT plus 13 driver training vehicles at a cost of £520 million. Orders increased again for a further 259 tanks and 9 drivers trainer vehicles on an £800 million contract in 1994. Meanwhile, Oman ordered 18 Challenger 2s in 1993 and another 20 tanks in November 1997. Only the UK and Oman have recorded this MBT, where the UK has operated more than 200 Challenger 2 tanks to date. Challenger 2 production started in 1993 in 2 main locations, namely Elswick, Tyne and Wear, and Barnbow, Leeds. The manufacture of these tanks involved around 250 subcontractors. Then the first production tanks were delivered in July 1994. The tank entered service with the British Army in June 1998, with final deliveries in 2002. For the Oman order, all were completed in 2001. In England, the Challenger 2 was given the official code FV 4034, while for Oman it was given the code 2E. The letter E here means export. Challenger 2 is the third generation of Queen Elizabeth's MBT, where the body design is inspired by the Challenger 1. Even though it looks similar, but only 3% of the Challenger 1 is used by the Challenger 2, the rest of this second generation really offers something new. Challenger 2 is an MBT developed by the British from the tanks they used in World War II. The MBT was named the A30 Challenger. After the end of the World War, the UK developed a new tank named Challenger 1 as a successor to the A30 Challenger. Then the third generation arrived and was named Challenger 2. Here, TS presents 3 photos of different generations of the Challenger family. The turret and hull of the tank are protected with second-generation Chobham armor, also known as Dorchester armor. The toughness of this armor layer was tested on one occasion. It was August 2006, during the post-invasion stage of the Iraq War. RPG-29 was fired at a Challenger 2 climbing up the hill. The armor on the underside of the fore hull, which was augmented by the explosive reactive armor package, was damaged, as well as injuring several crew members. Even though it's broken, the tank was still able to return to the main base. The damage was quickly repaired and the tank returned to duty the next day. Even though there were no casualties, due to this incident the protection on the tank was increased, but it was not stated which type was used at that time. This tank has also been given a nuclear, biological, chemical, Nubeqa, protection system. Challenger 2 uses the main weapon in the form of a 120mm ROFL 30A1 rifle cannon, longer than that used by Challenger 1. High-strength electro-slag remelting, ESR, steel with internal chromium alloy coating. The maximum range of the Challenger 2 cannon is up to 5 kilometers. As additional weapons using coaxial guns L94A1 7.62mm and L37A2, GPMG, 7.62 mm mounted above the loader hatch ring, with each containing 4,200 rounds of bullets. The remotely controlled L37A2 was tested in combat in Iraq and Afghanistan. The tank can also accept an alternative 12.7 mm heavy machine gun or 40 mm automatic grenade launcher. For the control system, the Challenger 2 uses a digital fire control computer from Computing Devices County of Canada, containing two 32-bit processors with databus MIL STD1553B. Has capacity for additional systems such as battlefield information control systems. The commander's cabin has also been equipped with 8 periscopes for 360-degree vision. Meanwhile, the Thermal Observation and Gunnery Sight 2, TOGS 2, system from Thales provides night vision. The image is then displayed on the monitor gunner and commander. Here the gunner has a main sight stabilized using a laser rangefinder with a range of 200 meters to 10 kilometers. The driver's position is equipped with a passive driving periscope, PDP, which intensifies the Thales optronics image to assist in driving the tank at night, as well as added a camera on the back. What's unique about the Challenger? This tank is also equipped with a water heater in the cabin, bro. The function of this heater is to heat food supplies and make drinks such as tea or coffee. Before going into battle, the Challenger 2 crew can brew tea or coffee to calm the mind. This water heater is one of the unique features that distinguishes the Challenger 2 from tanks made in the US or Germany, bro. Realizing the high intensity of the war, it seems that Vickers Defense as a manufacturer also wants to make this tank crew feel like at home or a cafe where they hang out together by providing tools water heater. Just like American-made tanks, Challenger 2 requires a crew of 4 for its operations. The crew consists of commander, driver, gunner, as well as a loader, ammunition filler. The Challenger ammunition loading system still uses a manual system. This tank uses a Perkins CV-12AV12 turbocharged engine, with a maximum power output of up to 1,200 HP. This power is then paired with David Brown Tennessee 54E8 speed transmission, 6 forward and 2 reverse. This tank is capable of driving on the highway with a maximum speed of up to 59 km per hour, and on off-road roads this tank is capable of traveling at speeds of 40 km per hour. With a fuel tank capacity of 1,592 liters, this tank can cover a cruising distance of up to 550 kilometers. Total Challenger 2 weighs up to 62.5 tons, 8.3 meters long. It is 3.5 meters wide and 2.49 meters high. The Challenger 2 entered upgrades in 2006, one of which was the Challenger Lethality Improvement Program, CLIP. This program to replace L30A1 gun with a 120mm Rheinmetall smoothbore gun, which is also used on the Leopard 2A6 tank. The use of smoothbore weapons allows the Challenger 2 uses standard NATO ammunition developed in Germany and the US. In addition to weapon upgrades, several Challenger 2 components were also replaced. This program was later named the Challenger 2 Life Extension Program, LEP, designed for replaces obsolete equipment, improves protection, increases range and provides weapon upgrades. Actually, this tank will be retired in 2025, but until now the British have no plans to replace their mainstay MBT. Through the LEP program, the Challenger 2 was extended to 2035, but not all Challenger 2s will be given this upgrade. Challenger 2, this upgraded version nicknamed Megatron, This version is equipped with a camouflage system and uses a new protective layer.